Hello, guys. I have so many subjects to answer, and today I actually am doing something kind of crazy, which is eating while doing this. So, first up has to be just a clarification, just one more time, because I think I did already post. I've been already post how I can show you how Spider-Man 3 actually was a sabotage film, but just for people who didn't even click it, or just to explain even more how it's so different from what the director had, it's not even funny. All right, let's take number 1. Number 1 is the fact that in the first movie, which I think I actually did say this in another video, but in the first movie they actually did have Eddie established. They mentioned Eddie. There you go. Yeah, so the idea of in Spider-Man 3 that they had to say Eddie Brock Jr., but the first movie said he'd been trying his best for weeks to take a picture of Spider-Man. And yet, in Spider-Man 3, they're like, oh, we just hired a new guy doing the same job as Peter is. It's like, wait a minute. In the first movie, you kind of already. See? The director would actually already know that, oh yeah, we did have Eddie, but since the movie basically since the Sony executives basically wanted to make sure that, yeah, they wanted a reboot. Let's not sugarcoat it. They wanted a reboot. Alright, number 2. In Spider-Man 2, they actually, well, it was Sam Raimi who had the idea. This was his first idea, was to have two villains in Spider-Man 2, Dr. Ock and the Lizard. So when he actually was writing it and he was filming it and everything, he might have been getting ready to do the Lizard, but the thing is that he noticed the time he had on the movie, and he noticed that there's no way he could fit in the Lizard in Spider-Man 2. Alright, let's go to Spider-Man 3. So you have 3 villains, correct? And he just showed us in Spider-Man 2, he was planning on putting 2 villains in there, but instead he noticed that it would take a longer time and he would basically have to smush and rush things on the movie. He said, no, I won't put the Lizard in there, but I'll at least introduce Dr. Connors. So in Spider-Man 3, does it make sense that that same director did all that? The correct answer is no. The same director who just did what he did in Spider-Man 2 wouldn't have been like, let's just see what happens if I put 3 villains in there. No, he didn't. No. Like I said in another video, his true thing he was going to do is have Sandman and Vulture in here. He really wanted to do Vulture because notice that even when Spider-Man 3 was done, in Spider-Man 4, he had Vulture as the main villain. That means that one thing, he wanted to do the Vulture as a villain. But Sony, for some reason, they wanted to reboot very, very badly, said, well, it was Avi Arad who wanted Venom in the movie. And I guess it was Laura Zinkin, who is now dead. Besides giving the idea of, yeah, there should be a love triangle in the movie. Oh, let's use Gwen Stacy, even though he was just planning to introduce Gwen Stacy. He wasn't really going to do anything with Gwen Stacy. Yeah, so I guess technically he had Gwen Stacy for something, something normal. But instead they had to make sure that they put Gwen Stacy as, oh, she is very, very attractive. She's a freaking model. Of course, Mary Jane would be jealous that she's giving him attention. Instead of what Sam Raimi's original thought was, which the only thing I can tell you is that he wanted to put Gwen Stacy in the movie, but I'm not sure for what purpose. It could have been in the first draft of the movie where he had Vulture and Sandman in there, and not sure on the rest of it. So, yeah. And like I said, Avi Arad, in all the previous videos, I said Avi Arad, he loves Venom. He was the one who's been chastising and everything about putting Venom in Spider-Man 3. So, for everyone who hated the fact that Venom was rushed and everything, thank Avi Arad because he loved Venom. Notice that in previous years, it said Avi Arad is trying to make a deal with Sony to get Venom, a Venom movie. And then you notice that now it actually says that Avi Arad has successfully got permission to do a Venom movie. So Avi Arad is the Venom fan. So basically, if you hated Spider-Man 3 because Venom was rushed and everything, Avi Arad is your person. Alright, let's see. Oh. For us all basically it that yeah, I was just talking about how the things that happened previously, the first two movies, and contrasting it with the third movie, which as you can see there's just some things that doesn't add up. So for people hating Spider-Man 3, look at my Spider-Man 3 is a sabotage movie. You'll find out all the evidence I have against it, dependent as such. And oh yes, the final thing is Sony hid crap. Yeah, that's right. Sony hid crap. Sony hid a lot of deleted scenes. Unlike in Amazing Spider-Man, apparently in Spider-Man 3, they had so many deleted scenes, it's not even funny. And the funny part is, if they allowed Sam Raimi to do it, or if they had actually the film footage of doing it, which they did have film footage. The sucky part is just that they got rid of them. They got rid of every single footage. They can't have deleted scenes just to make sure that they made Sam Raimi look bad. Technically, I think that deleted scenes page of the Daily Bugle is destroyed now. Because I tried to go on the original Spider-Man movie and it's gone. It's long gone. Oh, here's another thing. Here's another case in point. If it was all his fault, how come it took him a long time? It's still taking a long time for them to leak movie stuff about Spider-Man 3. Like for instance, just the past few months, we actually get to see that they did try to actually do the original black suit. Of course, people will ask, then why exactly did they make a movie version of the suit? Well, here's the crazy answer they got just to make sure that they got all the fans pissed off at Sam Raimi. The Sony executives said the reason why they rejected that suit is because it looks like a porno suit. It looks like a suit that you'll see in a porno. So that's why. So thank you for listening, and yeah. As you can see, it really isn't Sam Raimi's fault. There had to be someone else at play when it came to Spider-Man 3 because a director would know his films very well. At least he should know. I mean, you wouldn't have George Lucas, who is like, I forgot his name, but mentor of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, so if he died in the first film, and then he came back in the second film and he's okay, that basically means, what the fuck, man? Because, yeah, the directors have to know. Directors have to remember that. They're like, oh yeah, we killed that character. I'm sorry, yeah. Another Jedi should be in that. See? So yeah, the only question is what was Sam Raimi planning to do with Vulture in the beginning and in Spider-Man 4? And just to make sure, last thing, just to set the record straight, there wasn't going to be a freaking Vulture's crap. Because when I read Spider-Man 4 in the beginning, which I think it was like in 2009. Yeah, I think it was like 2009. It was 2009 where I was reading and it said that Black Cat will be in the movie. Then 2011, some idiot actually went on Wikipedia and made a website of it and said that it would be Vultures. Yeah, made false accusations that Black Cat will be Vultures. But the correct answer is he cast it for Black Cat. In an interview when he was talking about Dark Knight Rises and Anne Hathaway, he said that the Black Cat screenplay or his Black Cat test, yeah, you know, the screen test or something, he said Black Cat. He didn't say anything about Black Cat / Vultures. He just said Black Cat. And he said that that actually is the thing that helped to get her that Catwoman gig. Because she was so good. So anyways, yeah. And I guess I'll continue rambling on. One thing I would really love to see, is Sam Raimi say hell no to the Spider-Man 3 thing. And he finally is like, I do have a lot of money. So he gets everyone back from Spider-Man 3. Well, everyone he needs, not Topher Grace. I'm sorry, Topher. Or the girl. Maybe he does want Gwen Stacy in there. Maybe he doesn't. I'm not sure. I guess the only messed up part would just be the CGI he needs. But I mean, come on, he has to have like a lot of money. Hopefully he actually will be more of saying Spider-Man 3 shouldn't have ended like that. It shouldn't actually have been that messed up a movie. I'm going to do my own movie. So he should actually go in there, do scene for scene on everything that he wanted. Get the original script, take the dust off of it, and then actually make a Spider-Man 3 his Spider-Man 3. Hopefully he does so good, he gives it to Netflix, give us a Hulu, maybe YouTube, allow someone to leak it on YouTube, and then after that, allow, if somehow Marvel gets to have his movie back, they see what he did with his director's cut of Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man 3.1, and they basically say, dude, you get Spider-Man. We want you to do the movie. And hopefully they could actually do something very special, which is send out the director's cut of Spider-Man 3. But this time, yeah. So basically, they'll replace Spider-Man 3 with this Spider-Man 3 on Hulu and Netflix for like maybe a month or so. So you have lots of people being like, holy Spider-Man 3 is not as bad as I saw it, or Spider-Man 3 is the best movie ever. And then you'll have a big uproar. Everyone's going on Netflix and Hulu to check out the Spider-Man 3 that they posted, which is not the original Spider-Man 3, which is a piece of crap, but his version of Spider-Man 3, and everyone's going to be like, holy and everything. Hopefully. But that'll cost a lot of money. I know. Chances are he might not even do it. Chances are he's just going to brush it off and do something else. But as a fan who enjoyed his trilogy, enjoyed his universe, I would actually like him to do it. Technically, I actually have another plan. A good plan. And Marvel could actually use this plan to be smart. The only problem is the person they chose for Flash Thompson in the original Spider-Man trilogy. But my idea would be that they could remember what happened in Spider-Man 3 is the fact that he gave Dr. Connors the symbiote. Well, a piece of the symbiote. And I guess you can have lots and lots of uh yeah, you can have lots and lots of news clippings of it or accounts of having Peter getting reattached to the symbiote and then he got the symbiote off. And heck, I would actually make something cool out of it since not only that, but you had the FBI and CIA come in, help Peter take the symbiote off of him. They confiscated the symbiote, and then basically, after years and years, which it will be revealed that Flash Thompson actually is the one who has all the Spider-Man clippings on his wall. So yeah, you basically will have lots of news clippings of everything that happened that we didn't get to see because, well, they cut it off in Spider-Man 3. So they can basically talk about anything they want. The Lizard Strikes, Vulture, Shocker. They can have like lots and lots of screenshotting of clippings that he cut off of newspapers from the Daily Bugle. And basically you'll just have a ta-da. There you go. This Venom symbiote tried to reattach to Peter. It grew again. They CIA confiscated it, and then they started the idea of Project Venom. There you go, Agent Venom, right there. But of course, y'all guys won't do it. Yeah, for some reason, y'all guys won't do it. You guys won't remember that. You can't just have it in another universe, which I just say do it. Why not have two Spider-Man universes rolling at once? Not only that, but that actually will make it seem like Amazing Spider-Man is the ultimate version. Just the cooler thing about it is that if you do get to kill Peter and bring Miles Morales, then guess what? You have freaking Tobey Maguire to play as 616 Peter. The only problem is this. Since you fools allowed Spider-Man 3 to be the last part, that means that it's not really much to use. So that means that if you really want to make it a little bit more juicier, it's the fact that you might have to do 4, 5, and 6. It allows Sam Raimi to return. And you could actually go to straight to video. So there you go. Well, of course, you guys won't allow that to happen, so, well, there you go. Just in case you bastards are listening and you're like, you know, this shadow character has a point. Anyways, that's all. I'm done. Peace out.